I don't know how many of you know about this really cool resource, but I found this a couple years ago and I thought I would show you. This is m43lenses.com. It's a simple website. You can go to it right now. It's an app you need to download. It's just a domain, m43lenses.com. And if you're looking for micro four third lenses, which is maybe more of a rare oddity these days, everyone's excited about full frame, and I am too. But I still, from time to time, find myself looking for a particular lens for a particular project. I have a need, and I come over here to m43lenses.com. This is not paid, this is not a sponsorship. I just found this a couple years ago, and I use it all the time whenever I need to look at, does this lens exist? How many did they ever make? You can find out. So here you have a nice little scatter plot of all the lenses for micro four thirds. I don't know if it's truly every single lens. It might not be all encompassing, but it's pretty close, like 90 to 95% there. Maybe it is 100%. I don't know. I don't know all the micro four third lenses, but this is a lot of them. This may be a little confusing at first, but I assure you, it's very simple, very intuitive. So on the left, you have your aperture. So all the way up to a 1.0 down to like an f8. That's kind of the standard aperture ranges that most lenses come in. And then you have your focal lengths across the bottom. And that's all you would ever need. So let's say you want a 400 f 1.0. Well, you come to that spot on the plot. It doesn't exist. They never made it. But what's over here? These Voigtlander, all the Nocton, these are 0.95. So right around that 1.0, these are right here at the top. And so you can see, oh, this is the widest one. Again, we're on that focal length left to right. So we have the 10.5, we've got the 17.5, the 25, and the 42.5, all right there at the top. And then throughout the plot, you can kind of see. And these lines, that's if it's a zoom lens. So it's covering that range. So you can see certain lenses are going to cover a range of focal lengths, and maybe they are constant aperture or they're variable aperture. A lot of times this is like a little overwhelming. You don't need to see every single lens. Thankfully, whoever built this website, which I don't know who built this, but man, they're very smart. I really appreciate it. You can sort by brand. Let's say you want to see just the Panasonic lenses. There you go. All the Voigtlanders, the Olympus, the Sigmas, they all disappeared. We're just looking at Panasonic. What type of lens do you want? Is it a prime? Is it a zoom? Let's say we're looking for zoom lenses. There, all the primes disappeared. What type? Is this normal, telephoto, macro, ultra fisheye? Do we want manual focus, autofocus? Let's say autofocus. Hey, all these happen to be autofocus. Great. Is it weather sealed? Yes. Well, that just eliminated some. Does it have stabilization? Yes. More disappeared. And now we're left with some Panasonic zoom lenses that are autofocus, weather sealed, and have stabilization built in. So here we can see that list. And down here at the bottom is a filtered list of those exact lenses, along with the year they were released and the price point and all that information about them, the focal range that they cover. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? I just love it. It's simple. I mean, it's more or less kind of like a fancy spreadsheet, but I love this kind of stuff. It's such a good resource because now, what was I looking for the other day? I was looking for a prime lens. I needed autofocus, yes. I didn't care if it was weather sealed. I didn't care. I actually wanted no stabilization, in fact. And I was looking for primes. And this is kind of my plot range that I was looking at. And I was going through like, okay, well, I want it to be fast, but it can't be too heavy. I don't want it to be too expensive either. So it kind of gave me a range to look in. And I ended up settling, I think it was on the Olympus 20 f1.4 is the lens that I settled on for this particular project and the need I had. But, you know, I was looking through all of these and there's some Sigma ones. And I was like, okay, those are APS-C. I don't quite need that amount of coverage. I do want a true, you know, just a lens that's made specifically for micro four thirds. Those are micro four third mount, but they're, you know, the lens is optically designed for APS-C. I didn't care if it was Panasonic or Olympus. And so, yeah, I just was able to quickly filter down to the particular lens that I needed, kind of weigh out pros and cons, some of those differences. Like I was specifically, like, let's say Olympus is what I was looking at. Let's narrow this down, looking at the price point, checking used prices over on Amazon and eBay. And yeah, it's just a really nice way to filter down micro four third lenses to get exactly what you need. A lot of times, you'll see YouTube reviews, or maybe you see something on Amazon recommended, and you're aware of those things. But other times there's those hidden gems, the stuff you didn't know about. that you can kind of dig up later. Like, what's this random? This Olympus 30 millimeter f 3.5 macro. Like, that's not a lens I'm ever thinking of. I didn't even know it existed, but now I know it because it was a simple little pop-up on this chart. Same thing is true, you know, zoom lenses. Let's go Panasonic, and look at this. This is the 10 to 25, my favorite lens probably of all time, just because I think it's so versatile. That's there, and then look at this, the 25 to 50 covers right there. Look at that great zoom, constant aperture. Oh, it's lovely. And built-in stabilization does not have that, so there we go. And then if we have stabilization, we get some of the other Panasonic lenses. Slower on the aperture. Let's pull those back up. Stabilization. So you want like the fastest, basically, no, let's turn off brands. Let's see. Yeah, the fastest zoom lens with autofocus. There you go, for a Micro Four Thirds. Very easy. You don't have to like, I mean, you could ask ChatGPT, I guess. You could hunt around on Amazon forever trying to sort through everything. But I think this is such a valuable resource because it just makes it easy to find exactly what you want. Sorting by aperture, sorting by focal length, and then differentiating based on what your particular needs are. Fisheye, macro, stabilization, weather sealing. It's kind of got it all built right in. And let's see here. Let's turn some of these off because I've never looked at some of the third-party offerings. Like, does Tamron even, oh, what's this Tamron? The 14 to 150. Again, lens I didn't even know about. Is there Laowa? What do we got? One lens from Laowa. It's the 7.5 f2. Okay. Mikey, another one, just one. It's the fisheye. It's a 3.5 millimeter 2.8. So there's some like other brands that aren't very prominent on here, but certainly Panasonic has a bunch. Olympus has a bunch. Look at that range. Holy cow. Is there more Olympus lenses than Panasonic? It's hard to tell. One thing I've had an issue with on some of those Olympus lenses on Panasonic bodies, which are technically branded as Lumix, but whatever, we're not going to go down that that rabbit hole right now, is the stabilization hasn't always played nice. So let's see, Olympus, it's the, let me pull it up here. Is it a stabilization? It does have it. So it's the 12 to 100, this lens right here. So this lens has stabilization built in, and I wanted to use it on my Lumix, but I was having issues because the stabilization didn't play nice, wasn't where it kind of had that like choppy, more like photo stabilization you might see versus video stabilization. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just turn off stabilization on the lens, but that turns off all the stabilization in the body. Maybe it's a particular quirk with this lens. I think it was the GH6 I was using it on. Anyway, one of those unfortunate like Olympus Panasonic things didn't play nice for this particular lens. In the setup I was trying to run, maybe firmware has updated that by now, but I don't think it has. But yeah, some of those like odd little quirks that you do have to like sort through per lens, per camera body that you're using. But there's a lot of cool stuff on here. So I don't know, check it out. If you know about it, then this video was probably pointless because you've probably already been using it. But if I opened the eyes of one person out there who's on the hunt for Micro Four Thirds lenses, which nowadays are actually like, you can find some good deals on used stuff because people do seem to be moving to full frame. So you can find some good deals on Micro Four Thirds lenses from time to time. And there are some really good ones. And certainly a lot of the cameras are still more than enough capable. Still some new ones coming out. We'll see how much longer Micro Four Thirds exists. Maybe it will exist forever, but it feels like it's past its peak, past its prime. So still, you can still use the cameras. You can still use the lenses. They take great photos, great video. If you need a lens for a particular job, check out m43lenses.com.